Welcome everyone to another episode of Battle City. This is Sector 2, the north section. Before we begin, let's do a little trailer to see who's competing currently. Welcome back to part 2 of Battle City. This time we are checking out Sector 2, or the Northern Quadrant. Let's see who we can find competing in this location. Anakeus, normally called the Admiral. He works with Duel Academy delivering food and other goods. For this tournament, he is considered a staff member. Yami is visiting from Egypt. His mentor Shadi brought him and his sister to figure out why the other millennium items and their spirits are roaming the town. Alice and her whole family are going to take a trip to the United States. Her sister is sick and can't duel today. She hopes she will be well enough to enjoy the trip. Arcana was a world-famous stage magician. His duel disc will not read his dark magician. Reasons its edges are cut and messing up the card reader. I was trying to get the alternate art to work in Master Duel, but it's kind of messed up and not working right now. Atticus has been having nightmares. Him falling into a darkness and trying to hurt people. Duels today should calm him. Bandit Keith is ready to win this tournament, and in a month will defend his title as the American League Championship. Bastion is studying the science of duel monsters. He tends to have a variety of different decks, each one chemically designed for victory. Blair is trying to do her best and get accepted to Duel Academy. Their sibling is also doing the same. Bones never did good in school, but he thinks the School of Dueling could be an interesting endeavor. He is here to win. Gansey was removed from his position somewhat recently. He did not care since he was going to retire soon anyway. Morgan did not get the time off work for the competition, but was allowed to duel outside if there was no customers. Hayami is looking for the bullies so he can use dirt on them to get easy victories. He keeps seeing all these people in dark robes. Imori has been winning lately, and he has found a card magically appear in his deck. It looks like an evolution of one of his other monsters. Ishizu activated the Millennium Necklace, causing Naomi to be reborn. She is attempting to stop the rare hunters from gaining the real god cards. Jaden has been going to Mr. Clown's shop almost daily to get his duel on. Duke has tried to give him pointers, but it feels like it goes through one ear, out the other. Jesse, the American duelist, arrived here to participate in the Duelist Kingdom, misreading the date. He decided this tournament will be more than enough fun. Koyo is a rising star and he was given an invitation to Duel Academy. He was also given a one-of-a-kind card. Midori is a teacher of the Duel Academy. She wants to inspire her students not only academically, but also instill values such as integrity and critical thinking. Naomi, the spirit of the Millennium Necklace. Ancients call her the goddess of truth. She believes this world is incorrect and mentioning how events should have played. Mizumi saw a cute girl picking up her duel disc, so he decided he should enter and try to impress her. Noah should be dead, yet somebody looking like him was both in Sato's game and also in the real world. Pete enjoyed his stay in Japan, but thinks it's best to head home after this tournament. He now has a few ideas for his mutant deck. Ridley has made a financial decision to work with the company Paragas. He is assigned to create artificial intelligence clones of people. Chancellor Shepard is the headmaster of the branch of Duel Academy. He is said to be a kid in art. He wants to see the very best in all his future students. Solomon thinks the Kyber boys are swell to have a tournament like this. He wants to show that duel monsters are not only a kid's card game. T-Bone is representing the gang all by himself on this block. He is expecting an easy time with so many geezers around. Tyrano was fused with Dino DNA when he was in an accident years ago. He wants to create a platoon of Dino duelists. Weevil's going after Bandit Keith. He feels if he can beat him here, it'll be easy to beat him at the American tournament as well. Yugi liked his Magnet Warrior deck, but felt like it was time for a change. He hopes his new deck will guide him to victory. Yuzuki has a card guardian spirit named Honest. He doesn't get along with people very easily. Sam was mentored by Shepard, the Duel Academy Chancellor. We are sure he is entering the school without any issues. Zaira heard the school will teach kids to be pro duelists. He is now trying his best to force his best buddy Bones in. Well, that was part of the roster, but let's look at who's playing at the moment. Alright, we have Kyo versus Yusuke, Sane versus Hayama, Atticus versus Ridley, Alice versus Weevil, the Admiral versus Gansley, Noah versus Shepard, Lil Yugi versus Bones, Jesse versus Igor, Naomi versus Nezumi, Solomon versus T-Bone, Ishizu versus Gorgon, Blair versus Jaden, Pete versus Igami, Bandit Keith versus Arcana, Tyrano versus Imori, and Bastion versus Midori. A lot of E's, ending with I's. Alright, we're gonna start out with Kyo versus Yusuke. Yeah, it's pretty interesting cast. I kind of just took all the characters I had and just kind of went through a random map and just whoever went to whoever is wherever I threw them. That made any sense. Put everyone in a list and then hit random on a list fight maker. Yugioh has mass heroes and also some of his manga elemental heroes. Yugioh has an Air Knight Parashoth deck right now. He's not possessed by darkness yet, so he doesn't get his clear world and all that stuff yet. Maybe when those come to Master Duel, maybe he'll pop in. Looks like he's got the Shining Out, getting the heat. Miracle Fusion time. Send those two away, powering up to the darkness. Yes, Escarado is on the field as well with the heat. Looks like Hio's putting the hurt on Yusuke at the moment. He's using one on us to destroy another one. Probably wouldn't have hit the heat though. I probably would have went with the Shining. Alright. Shining's gonna kill. Shining gets kill. Yeah, the hero decks can go pretty hard, so he was just very lucky that he pulled those off really quickly. Alright, Yugioh's going on first. Next is going to be Zane versus Hayama. Come on. And Hayama. Zane, I'm keeping him more Cyber Dragon right now. Hayama's still a weird deck. The huge Revolution deck. I assume we'll probably have Kyo versus Zane. Zane still has some of the weirder Cyber Dragons, like the Laser and Barrier. Probably switch those out for other cards in the future. We didn't want to give him full power almost immediately yet. Top Crush attack for 15. And I did play with my audio settings, so hopefully everything is sounding okay. Cyber Reef System, get another Cyber Dragon. Attack with Crusader gets protected once. Revel special summons itself. Destroy, Liberty at last activates, sending those away. Zane is just going to be using Cyber Dragons right now. Like, this is actually his first duel in this series, I guess, so I'm just introducing the more of the GX characters in this right now. The Cyber Darks probably will come. I'll probably have to figure out a way to have both Cyber Dragons and Cyber Darks working as different characters. I don't know how I will do that yet, but because I would like to have Zane versus Dark Zane or somehow. Zane versus Hellkaiser. Alright, Hayama's a defensive deck. He's always trying to get all his 3 pieces out to play the Liberty at last, and he seems to have built his build up. Yeah, I'm trying to build a slight story. After Battle City, I'm planning to do the GX, like everyone that's at GX. The introduction of GX school. It won't have everybody because some people are going to be into the American side. I'm kind of following more of the manga where some of the people are in America tournaments. The overseas champions. Jim Crocodile and Jesse and stuff, but alright, Hayama's pretty protected. Come on, Zane, let's pull something else. Zane needs to keep putting more and more of these out because he's protecting himself too much. Doesn't help Raigeki destroy him. Alright, I am gonna go after big damage, but Mirror Force is gonna stop him. Get out of here. There's wide open, saying you need to do a lot of damage right now. Roto works, but not enough damage, man. Right now, let's play Pot of Greed. Draw 2 cards. Activate another catapult zone and another card face down. Cyber Dragon on the field attacks. Number 2 attacks. I'm just gonna use Grease for Charity, discard, grab 3, discard 2, Mystical Face, and in this Solemn Judgment. Future Fusion, I don't know if you can do very much left. Throw 2 attacks. Alright, Zane, you just have to do a little bit more damage. Finish this off. Future Fusion doesn't have any targets. Return destroys everything. Sacrifice for Cyber Dragon. 1. And Cyber Dragon wins. Alright, it's gonna be a good match, and when we get here, Koyo versus Zane. Next up is gonna be Atticus versus Ridley. Yeah, currently my game plan is the GX school first, and then I'm gonna go do the American tournament. Then I'm gonna probably do Domino High a little bit, or just Domino in general. Alright, Atticus is on the field, and I do not remember who was he facing. Ridley. Alright, it's gonna use Golden Ladybug to get a little health. Alright, Atticus. That's Raigeki. Solon says no. God said no, get out of here. Atticus is mainly a dragon deck with his red eyes. He does have Panther Warrior, kind of references filler deck, I guess, from that one episode. I don't know if it would be considered filler or not, but he did have a duel without using his dragons, so enter on the field, attacks. Panther Warrior's gonna sacrifice to attack for 2000. And go strip duel to defense. Ridley's gonna heal a little bit. It's gonna play Dark Hole, get rid of the Panther Warrior. And release right open. Too bad Atticus can't summon his Red Eyes. Ridley's just gonna gain some life points then. Yeah, Ridley's happy because he gets to level up a little bit. Atticus just has to wait a little bit and then he can summon his big dragon. Heavy Storm. Good hit. Alright, there's Spear Dragon. Inflicts 19, goes to defense. Alright, Ridley's gained some life points. And he has something, he has the Insect Ninja. Which destroys. And that Forest card should keep him out from being breaks a little bit. Red Eyes Reverend, attack for 13. The insect thing will give him another insect. Golden Ladybug again. It's keeping himself alive a little bit, and 2 more cards face down. Hunter attacks, not strong enough. The next turn he can summon his Red Eyes Darkness. Unless Saber Beetle prevents it. Red Eyes Black Chick. Sacrifice for a Red Eyes Black Dragon. Sacrifice for the Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. Which I feel should have its own animation. I guess it doesn't, but... And Hunter Dragon will destroy. Alright, Atticus is moving on as well. Next up is Alice versus Weevil. Alice's little doll. Oops, forgot to change these. One bug guy for another bug guy. There's Weevil. Unfortunately, I think both of them are pretty defensive in their decks, so... Mirror Force blocks him out. Now Alice, it's time to attack. Hit him very hard with all your insects. Kalios. Setting another Kalios, another card face down. 1100, that's something. We will do a Pot of Greed, summon another Katamari. Kalios is destroyed. Rogue Doll's on the field. Attacking, destroying it, but it gets special summon another one. The Child's Blow will increase her life points a little bit. Kalios is flipped. Violent 6 armor gets equipped to the Katamari. Go People attacks. Katamari attacks. I think Weevil is a little more offensive right now, so... Monster Reborn, let's get the Katamari. Another card face down. Destroying the Koki Bull's effect. Add a big insect. Trigger a set. Weevil's turn. Sacrifice one forest for another. Summon the Cocoon of Evolution in attack mode. So we can attack for 200. Not the smartest play, but AI is AI, I guess. Alright, Battle Soul destroys. I think Weevil has this in the game. Except for he keeps summoning his Cocoon. I don't know if it's some kind of trap to trick him. Yeah, the insect armor is keeping him protected. And that Polymerization's more or less a dead card in her hand right now. Alright, Weevil's moving on. Alright, next we have the Admiral versus Gansley. The Admiral's there. Rear's Gansley. I did not like the Gansley's art that he had, so I kind of traced a different picture of him. So it's gonna look weird, but I think it looks fine. Yeah, Battle of Old Men with Water decks. I prefer the Admiral myself. I always thought his Orca Whale is pretty cool. Deep Sweeper effect, destroying it. Alright. What's Gansley gonna do now? Wall Illusion and 4 base beast stacks. And yes, those technically were in his deck in the Virtual World arc, which is weird. Deep Sweeper wasn't, but I just thought the Admiral needed a little bit more oomph. Alright, he's put set another card. I would have summoned another Burcross instead, but here's a Wizard destroys. 500, 1000. Does not look good for the Admiral. Salvage, let's get some of his monsters back. Chief Self 2, I don't remember what it does, but I think it's treated as Umi. Solemn Judgment though. Does not look good for Admiral at all. Alright. It won't kill him, but do most of his life points. Wrap his attacks. I'm gonna think Secret Deity. Sorry, Admiral, I think it's time for you to sync with the ship. Alright, Gasly, you're moving on. Alright, next up is going to be Noah versus Shepard. Yeah, poor Admiral. If he got a Legendary Ocean, I think he would have worked on, like, could have pushed through, but... Noah versus Shepard or Shepard? I decided to keep that Regal outfit costume thing, so... Why are you hitting the Nerf Force? Alright, that sun's actually will keep him protected a little bit. Sacrifice the long nose. Spring reverse. Destroying the Mystic Tomato. Green Great long nose effect. I don't know what it does. But Shepard's already trying to summon his monster. Cyber Ogre. Return Soul adds back to the deck. Those go back to the hands. 500. Alright, Shepard, you can do a lot of hurt right now. Oh, long nose prevents battle, okay. White Rabbit attacks for 700. Honestly, I would put Dark Hole first before you do that, but I guess you're gonna hold off a little bit. I love how derpy the Mystic Potato looks. Attacks for 700. Alright, Noah is not the smartest. Or failed Reduel. So we're over 2's on the field now. Alright, he really liked that rabbit, but and not use Dark Pool at all. Alright, Shepard's moving on, I guess. Bad Noah. Next up is Little Yugi versus Bones. Luigi and our buddy Bones. And where's Bones? Here's Bones. Little Yugi changed his deck a little bit, so now he has his Grandora and his gadgets. Dragon zombies on the field. Goat Sark, what, turn 1? Setting a monster to keep him protected. Bones plays Plot of Greed, draws 2 cards. Monster Reborn, get the green gadget. And Armored Zombie. Alright, 1,000. Goatsark will get your Toy Magician to your hand. First chair, draw 3 cards, discard 2. Summon Toy, that's been Judgmented. Soul Taker. Pumpkin's on the field now. Red Gadget's on the field, adds a yellow. Card face down. What up, Kyle? What's going on? Chain Destruction activates. Get rid of all those Plague Wolves. Pumpkin destroys red gadget. You missed some of the duels, Kyle, but hopefully not too many. Yellow guy's just gonna attack. Good thing he's summoning his gadgets because I don't think Bones has a good way to get Marshmallow out of here. You got some fleas from the flea market? I'm kidding. Did you get anything cool at the flea market though? Looks like you got the Dragon Red Enchanter on the field. Second for 500. Alright, Bones. It's gonna use Zombie Reborn. Back on the field, get the Wastelands. Put zombies in defense mode. So revealing lights, keep himself a little protected. Green gadget's gonna let him get a red gadget. Green destroys, and the red enchanter is also gonna destroy. Alright, what's Bones gonna do now? It's gonna get a zombie. I card face down. Oh yeah, you were saying you were gonna go after the Evil Within too. That's pretty cool. Wonder Woman, the first movie I enjoyed, the second one was okay. I remember enjoying the first one though. Yellow gadget gets green gadget. Green destroys. And dark red finishes off. Sorry, little Bones, Yugi's moving on. Yeah, you kind of missed a few of the earlier duels. Next up, it's gonna be Jesse versus YGO. Yeah, that Dark Enchanter is a pretty strong monster. They can get it's unlimited spell counter, so. Jesse versus YGO. Rainbow Dragons versus Thunder Dragons. Where's Jesse? There's Jesse. Alright, YGO is playing with his Thunder Seahorse. And he has a Watch Dragon fly on the field. He's also got a Dragon Dark in his hand now. Amber Mouth on the field. YGO says God said no. We're not gonna start this. But Jesse says no, we are. Mammoth says I'll be back. Crystal release on it and attacks for 16. I can special summon another Dragonfly. YGO basically lost most of his life points for himself. I can't even summon a monster to counter the Mammoth. Merc Fortress destroys the Dragonfly. Special summons another one. Our Turtles goes to defense. Alright. Is Jesse gonna do this without taking any damage? Draw 3 cards, discard 2. Not agree, draw 2 cards. Whatever that does. 1 Thunder Dragon, 2 Thunder Dragons. Mountain up. Sacrifice that for another dragon. Dragon Roar is activating. Add a trap card to the back to the hand. Strong enough to beat over the Mammoth. First release, that's a Sapphire to the back row. Alright, Dark Pool's activating. Too much thunder for Jesse. Our Turtles destroys itself. Dragon Lord special ends another one. And Dragon Heart goes in the hand. Crystal Beacon gets another Emerald Turtle. Weird choice, but okay. Carbuncle attacks. Tortoise tries attacking. That's special summoned, that's special summoned, that's special summoned. Affecting little Carbuncle. Thunder again sacrifice to get another Thunder Dragon to the hand. Two of them actually. Thunder Seahorse. Dragon Hawk. Special summons Dragon Dark. Turtles goes back to the field. Carbuncle's destroyed. Life points get cut. Or I mean, health attack gets cut. 26, 26. Alright, Jesse, you're very low on life points. You need to turn this around right now. Use effects, get an Mammoth Mammoth. Right face down. Oh yeah, Thunder Dragons can go hard. I tried making it so that he would brick a lot, but right now he doesn't look like he's bricking at all. Alright, Zagor's moving on. Poor little Jesse. Jesse can go hard too normally, like with the upgrades they gave him. Naomi versus Nizumi. You probably don't know who Naomi is. She's my version of Yami Ishizu. She remembers how regular Duel Monsters is supposed to play out and is kind of confused about this, and she's saying everything is wrong. She given the Counter Fairy deck. Blair's in this tournament soon. I don't remember where she is in the bracket, but I know she's coming here. I did end up giving her the Light Swarms. In my early tournaments, way earlier, I gave it like she had the Familiar Possess, the Charmers, whatever they're called. But I decided to change that up a little bit. I'm using her older model and repurposing her younger model as her sibling. And that sibling's going to use Neospatians. Yeah, there's a reason for it, yeah. Why the fuck is there Kaiba with green hair? Brother, yeah. Naimo's kind of saying this whole thing is confusing. Yeah, she has an obelisk, yeah. Lore-wise, it's a fake obelisk, but Rare Hunters were using fake god cards. Strings has an obelisk. I mean, Slifer. Naomi has obelisk, and Merrick has the Raw. Yep. Those autonomous attacks. Yeah, they will probably never get used. There's only one in their decks for any godlike cards, which I have a few of them. There's only going to be one in their decks, so it's lucky if they draw it. Harder to summon it actually. Few characters will have a little easier time. Artemis tries sacking. Angel Wisdom attacks. Poor Nizumi. One of the rats and a card face down. Artemis attacks. Angel Wisdom attacks. Nizumi's gonna lose probably next turn. And he draws some random card. What's Cooper doing in his tournament next week? Did he already bring it up? Is he continuing the Tag Force tournaments? Alright. Naomi's moving on. Next up is Solomon versus T-Bone. Solomon and T-Bone, where are you? There we are. I didn't say anything else. Alright. Yes, Fossil Tusker. Researcher. T-Bone is more of an Earth Rock burn deck. Plus his Grandberg. And Solomon already has 2 pieces of Exodia. Going to be 3 right now. That's pretty. So if he's done with the Barian, he probably will do other things. We'll see. Beef Warrior's gonna attack. I would have put the Spirit of Harp right there, but Solomon wants to take a little bit more damage. And or help T-Bone mill to death. Razor Sign, special summons again. It's gonna just check its deck anyway, even though it doesn't have a space. He's just organizing his deck so when they come up, he's ready. 400, 800, and 1200. Alright, Solomon. You need to play defensive now. And that card. Thank you for playing Dark Hole. Don't be like Noah and not play the Dark Hole for whatever reason. Mind Golem tries attacking for 1000. Alright, just keep your defenses, Solomon. Come on, Grandpa. Still not strong enough. Another card face down. Alright. Grandpa Solomon is picking up his defenses. Yeah, I remember just last week you were telling me, well, earlier this week you were telling me you were watching Zexal. And yet you were in the Barian area. It's trying Heavy Storm, but Solomon Judgment says no. I mean, that other card face down is very important. Might be a Mirror Force. Crystal attacks. Flying Golem attacks. Okay. Gen Soldier's gonna attack. Burn for 500. And Solomon gave up. At least that's what it looks like. Chef Knight's gonna burn for 500. Alright. Solomon said that he was done with this tournament already. And he was very excited at the beginning of this tournament. Or he just wanted T-Bone to move on. Next up is Shizu versus Gorgon. No, the AI is dumb enough to keep attacking, so... If he just held out, he probably would have won. Shizu... Where's Gorgon? Yeah, he was tired. T-Bone thought he was going to be easy tournament anyway. He saw all the old people in this tournament, so... The Admiral, Gansley, Solomon, Ridley. There's a lot of old people in this tournament. If you count Naomi being a spirit from the ancient times, that too, but... Alright, Issues is setting up her defenses. Alright. Kovac goes in attack mode. Feels like Gorgon knows not to attack. Megarock's in the field. He attacks and Mirror Force stops him. Alright, he has two Mega Rock Dragons. Gigastone and Mega Rock. But it looks like Gorgon kind of just is wide open now. $4,200. At Dark Hole. Now you have one card in your hands, which seems to be a Brickman. YGO attacks. Alright, card face down. Alright, that's the thing he destroyed. Alright, Gorgon. Just come up. It could be something, it could be a Mirror Force or something. She's not gonna take a chance. It was a Mirror Force. Alright, Ishizu is moving on. Alright, Shizu. Poor Gorgon. Gotta get back to work anyway. Next is Blair versus Jaden. Blair and Jaden. Yeah, it's a fun matchup. Strong Raw Heart. Druid attacks for 1200, 2 cards face down. Let's mill 2 cards. Yeah, they did duel when she was younger. I don't. Did they duel when they were older? They tag team duel when they were older in my mind. I haven't watched GX for a while, so. Jewelry Illusion gets her angel back. 8 spirals on the field. Attacks are 900. Card face down. Illusion sends 2 cards, hitting a Judgment Dragon. She does have 2, so there's still a chance to actually use the Judgment. Dark Hole's gonna destroy everything. But Solomon should have protected it, because I wasn't paying attention. Jane's on the field, Jane attacks. Avian's destroyed. Angel attacks for 25. Mill 2. That's what I thought. They didn't duel except for when she was a little child. Alright, Blair has a nice field right now. Wild Heart's throwing a little bit. Alright, Blair's gonna use Pot of Greed, draw 2 cards. Getting Lyra and the sword. Attack. And 34. Alright, Blair's moving on. Alright, Blair, let's move on. Next up is Pete versus Yagami. To me, this is kind of a weird duel. What deck did she use? I think she used like a Mystic deck. I think that's what they're called, and had like an egg at first, and then it's an anime exclusive deck, so fortunately we will never see that one. Where's that got me? I'm blind. Alright, but it's using Solemn Judgment, get rid of mystical space. I don't think they actually showed them dueling in the tag duel at the end. I think they implied that they were dueling, but they never actually did the duel. That's from memory. That's what's going on. What I remember. But like I said, I haven't watched it in forever. I remember Shepard and Dorothy were also supposed to duel or something. And Dorothy had like a scapegoat only or something. Okay, it is a sec. say Agami normally has a decent field right now, all testing, but in the previous tournaments. Alright, that cubic karma, summon all three. Sacrifice 2 for a mutant arsenal. Cubic sees on the field, he's gonna take 3k. And that's gonna get special summoned again. He's keeping himself protected until it's time to strike. Integrates field, destroys that. Adds another seed to the field. Adds cubic karma. Agami can do a lot of damage really quickly, so part of the weirdness of cubics. Cost some life points, but now it's can't attack anymore. Another card face down. Alright. Sacrifice 2 for whatever that phoenix looking thing. The cubic cards are weird. Get a third seed. Mirror Force activates, get rid of that. And that Cyber Sign is for one of Pete's monsters. He has a mutant fusion monster, which can get summoned with that thing, because it doesn't have a restriction. Plus it's the engineered monster. Roots of Studies. Alright, underdog. Alright, Agami. He's gonna destroy. When it destroys, it can add those seeds back to the field. Now is he gonna fuse? Nope, he's just gonna summon that thing. Looks like the 100. You choose normal monster. 2 cards face down. Overburst is activating, destroy the monster. Back gets special summon the seeds right back on the field. And you get a cubic wave into the hand. Where we summon this time. The lightning rod thing. And it's gonna attack with 6k. Because Agami's deck is weird. Next up is gonna be Panic Keith versus Arcana. There's Panic Keith and Arcana. If you missed your intro, I was trying to get the red Dark Magician in the deck in this, but for some reason, this mod will not let use the alternate art for any monsters, which kind of sucks. So I talked to the person that made the mod, and I'm seeing if I can try getting it to work for later on or something. Arcana, where are ya? So he just has a regular Dark Magician, if he summons it. And everyone Anyone that was in Duelist Kingdom that got the top 8 was either given a Egyptian god, a wicked beast, or a sacred beast, so... Keith should not lose, or he hopes he doesn't lose. Or he's gonna lose that wing drop, the ring dragon. Yeah, after Soul's death, Pegasus kind of freaked out, so we gave all the different pieces to everyone else. Yeah, he has another high-level monster. But he also has that one build spell that he can pay 3,000 life points to summon it if he really wants to. I really don't think he would want to, but... I did cut back on his other monsters, like high levels, to give him a little bit more of a chance. Unfortunately, he is bricked right now. Unfortunately, Arcana doesn't realize that yet. Or he can't do anything about it. I'll be honest, I have not tried it, so maybe not, maybe so. Maybe it won't work, but I do remember a few other cards that you can just use tributes and it will count. Alright, Arcana won. And Bandit Keith lost his card. I have to remember that though. Alright, Arcana's moving on. Next was Tyranno versus Imori. Tyranno with his quote-unquote black dragons. I mean black dinosaurs. And Imori versus his elemental dragons. Giant Rex on the field. Heavy Storm tried activating, but Solemn Judgment says nope. Give him some DP. What's DP? My brain's not working right now. Alright, Black Blasto attacks with 18. Those your cards face down. Blasto sacrifice for Dark Triceratops. Morris, nope. Destroy that. So Kyle, what is DP again? I don't... My brain is not thinking of it right now. Burner attacks for 1,000. Oh. Okay, that makes more sense. Yes, okay. I was thinking dual points, but I said that didn't make sense in my head, but... Okay. I was thinking right then. Alright, Elemental Source keeping him protected, and Element Dragon Sang protecting as well. Earth Dragon attacks. Element Dragon destroys. Black Velocity's on the field. Destroy the Element Dragon. Gris of Charity, draw 3 cards, discard 2. Summon another one of the Earth Dragons. Type for 400. Type for 18. Tyranno, you're only at 500 left. And you bricked. Alright, Mori's moving on. Alright. Last match for round 1, Bastard versus Midori. There's Bastion. Midori, Yugioh sister. Alright. Midori's playing Pot of Greed, draw 2 cards, Alert of Darkness. Draw 2 cards, send them away. Get some Dark Lords on the field. And 2 cards face down. Which Mystical will destroy one. Maybe Storm's activating. A Mirror Force. Good call. Superbia attacks and 2 Hydro Cannons attack. Midori's only at 35 now. She sends the Dark Lord to summon in Desire. Desire is going to destroy her own card. 2 for 2 sound. Yeah, Midori is a fun character for Dark Lords, or a pretty fun deck as well. It's only if she knows how to play it very well. Dark Lord Descent, she's going to pay her half a life points to get some more monsters. Indulgence summons another Superbia. Then you just Desire to the hands. Nurse is on the field. Alright, those 2 were destroyed. She has paid a lot of her life points though, unfortunately. Hydro Geddon destroys. Could special summon another one. Target one for Fey Rock Dragon. Tails White. Send those back to the hands. Desire attacks again. Fey Rock Dragon's effect. Add Hydro Geddon back on the field. 2 cards face down. Monster Reborn. Trying to get Desire, but she's going to pay half her life points again. Alright. Get a card. She's setting a contract. She's activating the contract. Superbia's on the field again. Special from the grave, so it gets special from another one. So she summons that from to her side. Sagra's that. Alright. Attack 2. And 43 to the face. Alright, she's turning this around. She lost most of her life points to do it, but she did. And I think that's game. That was a desire. Alright, Midoriya's moving on. Alright. Top round. Round 2, we got Yugioh versus Zane. I'm hoping this is going to be a good duel. I would wish it would be more closer to the end of the tournament, but... Alright. Where's Yugioh? Yugioh's right next to his sister. Like I said earlier, I haven't made every character full strength just yet. The school hasn't even opened yet, so I want them to at least start out a little weak and then move a little bit stronger and stronger. Some decks push a little hard though. Yugioh's not gonna let up anymore right now. Alright. Alright, Zane, I need you to stop them. Alright, Yugioh's using his effect to weaken itself. Tornado attacks for 28. Zane's at very low life points. He needs to do something right now. Look at that, get this like Proto Cyber Dragon. Limited removal, okay. He had a good thought, but it didn't, not the right timing. Another 1200. Form change. And there we go. Not as great as I thought it was going to be, but Yugioh is moving on. Not sure what Zane's hand was, but was not a good hand. And he has Zane Brain right at the moment, right there. Alright, Atticus versus Weevil. Atticus. Weevil. Alright. Guessing this is gonna be an exciting duel. Choose a charity, draw the cards, get rid of Red Eyes, using Red Eye Insight to get rid of Reviver. Add Red Spirits to the hand, 2 cards face down. Reviver into effect. Special summon Red Eyes. Alright, Atticus already has Red Eyes on the field. What's Weevil gonna do? Pretty smart plan, Dirt Hole. Mystical Space hitting a Mirror Force. Smart hit. Flying Katamari with the Insect's Armor. Attack for 3k. I'm glad that he knows how to use that card though. I assumed he was going to treat it as just a monster. Big insect on the field. Katamari destroys. Big insects gets stopped by Red Eyes. Alright, you draw a Darkness Dragon Atticus. Not a Panther Warrior, I said a Darkness Dragon. Alright, Southern Panther Warrior as well. Alright, Force is activated. Katamari attacks. Another card face down. Okay, I was gonna say, why aren't you playing defense? Parasite's in the deck now. Add a warrior attack. Gets destroyed. The other Katamari attacks. Alright, Atticus. Concrete's gonna work. Draw 2 cards. Did you end your turn without summoning anything? Oh, you have your red eyes in on the field again. Insect Barrier, another Parasite. 800. 700. And Weevil is moving on. I'm kind of disappointed, but I guess Weevil's moving on. I guess that insect armor is actually good for him. Next up is Gansey versus Shepherd. Gansley. Shepherd. Old man fight. Alright, there's Gansley, there's Cyber Ogre Man himself. This is male on the field. Gansley says, nope, Dark Pull that. I just had 2 cards. I would have summoned that thing first, but then he wouldn't be able to draw. Trey's on the field, but Solemn Judgment said God said no to that. Get out of here. And in turn. Gansley's turn again. Damage Evil Reptile. And he's just gonna play defensive. Which it could be a smart move. Sever Esper's on field. Destroying the Yowie. The card face down. Sever Esper's effect. Now she knows it's mystical. Can activate Raigeki, but Solemn Judgment. Shepherd's fine with paying half his life points. Let's say no. No lightning. Alright. Shepherd, what are we doing now? X 1000 and 1200. That seems reasonable. Cyber Esper, you can see it's the Legendary Ocean, which is activating. And looks like Shepherd's moving on. This time without the Cyber Ogres. It's taking Gansley out of his swamp. Next up is Yuki versus Igor. There's Yugi and Thunder Dragon Man himself. I'm gonna go with Zygor in this one. Well, let's see if Yugi can surprise me. Well, Zygor got some seahorses, summons the Watt Dragonfly, and 2 cards face down. Yugi wanted the seahorse, so he took it. Someone's green gadget. Has red gadgets to his hand. He's gonna try attacking. Mirror Force says no, get out of here. So he's gonna put a card face down. That trap card summons this one seahorse, but he says nope. No seahorses for you either. 900 to the face. So in Toy Magician attacks for 700. Wild Dragon probably can special summon another one though. Dragon Dark's effects, sacrifice it for another Dragon Dark. Sacrifice that for another Thunder Dark. He's gonna sacrifice for red, Dark Red Enchanter. Activate Pot of Greed, draw 2 cards. Increase it a little bit stronger. Sacrifice 1000. Dark Dragon adds another trap card. It's gonna put a card face down. Dragon Roar's effect. Add a Dragon Dark to the hand. And Dragon Dark's effect sends away for another Dragon Dark. And 2 cards face down. Red gadget uses the yellow gadget. Dark Red attacks. Red tries to attack. But Yugi plays with 7 tools. Not happening. Attacks for 13. Alright, Zagor. Yugi's beating you right now. You need to change this up right now. Activating Mountain might not be the best idea yet, but that's all you could have done, I guess. Red gets another yellow. 13. 13. And little Yugi's moving on. There we go, little Yugi. Next up is going to be Naomi versus T-Bone. Naomi and T-Bone going on. And T-Bone. Alright, T-Bone's setting up so he can get some of his monsters. He's decided Fossil Tusker and a card face down. Now we use Disgraceful Charity, draw 3 cards, discard 2. Play the Pot of Greed, draw 2 cards. So Minerva, Sanctuary in the Sky. Doesn't hurt herself, but... And that Manta Pacer on the field now. And that synthetic thing is on the field now too. And get the Rock Vassal on the field now. Guess Shell Knight, sacrifice 2 for Crystal, Summoning Crystal. Special summon the Rock Vassal back on the field. Colors destroyed, 100, 1200. YTL is on the field. Let's card face down. Seeker's effect. Probably getting a Shell Knight. Or Mind Golem this time. Gonna try attacking, negate attack activates. And we get a token as well. Artemis on the field. Artemis destroys that one. Mind Golem attacks for burns for 500. Until attacks and end turn. Seeker is just going to get another monster. Probably another Mind Golem. Yep. Another Fossil Tusker. Artemis destroyed. Burn 400. Sage is destroyed. Queen attacks. Seeker attacks. And Naomi pulls a Raigeki right at the right time. Top deck into a good card. Artemis attack for 16. Alright, another card face down. Liberator on the field. Creator attacks. 16 to the face. Alright. T-Bone, what are you gonna do? T-Bone's not gonna do anything unless that card is a... Guess not, it is. Alright, Naomi's moving on. Sorry, T-Bone, get out of here. Alright, next up is Ishizu versus Blair. Maybe Ishizu can fight Naomi next rounds. But we'll have to first see if she can beat Blair first. Ishizu, Blair. And Blair. Alright, Ishizu starts Father Grade, summons Agato. YGO attack, use effects, discard destroy monster and send 3 away. And she puts 2 cards face down. Blair says Heavy Storm, let's get rid of those. Summons the Monk, whatever her name is. Discard another 3. Still goes in the field. Attacks for 100. Another card face down. Dark Holes activated. Nice one Monk's on field again, attacking. Both was discarded, so get special summoned. Another card face down. Gets that dragon. Looks 2300. 16 to the face. Discard a few cards. Discard even more. Alright. Looks like Ishizu lost this one as well. Attack for 29. Alright. It'll be up to Naomi to beat Blair then. Now we have Yami versus Arcana. I feel like Arcana's not gonna win this one. I'll be very surprised if he does. It can happen. Alright. Another card face down. Arcana's turn. Now slides in the field. Miss Tomato attacks. 16 to the face. Alright, Yami. To use multiple space to destroy the Solemn Judgment. Good hit. Sacrifice 1 seed for the whatever that thing is called. Cubic Karma's in the field. Sacrifice 1,000, its effect. Sacrifice that for 2 seeds to the field. And also the Gardora. Pay 1,400. So that monster cannot attack. Monster Reborn. Let's get the 3rd seed out in the field. Sacrifice that for Gardora again. Alright, Arcana's playing defensive now. Gardora attacks. It's gonna use its effect to sacrifice itself. Summon those 2 more seeds. Mystic Tomato's gonna summon something else well. Another Mystic Tomato. And Cubic Seed's gonna pay for 1,400. Pay 600. Cubic Seed's destroyed. And 2 cards face down. Or 1 card face down. Legion on the field, sacrifice both for a Dark Magician. Legionnary's effect, get another Dark Magician just in case. Can't attack this turn, I guess. Alright, Arcana, I need you to win now. The Legionnaire. You could have sacrificed that for your 2nd Dark Magician. Oracle activates. Legion's effect. Get Dark Vision right back to your hands. Alright, Arcana. Pay half your life points and attack with it. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to attack him and win. Alright. Another Mystic Tomato, attacks for 14. Yami's at 200 life points. Alright. Doza's on the field. Cubic Dharma is activating. Get a Garnex. Sacrifice for Garnex. Cubic Wave. Getting that one to make the other one strong. Garnex's effect. Mystic Tomato's effect as well. Get a Legion. Get some seeds on the field. And also Guardionia. Cubic Wave is effect. Get that counter, summon that thing's effect. Dark Renewal's effects, let's get rid of those so we can get a Dark Magician. It's not on the field, so it loses effects probably. Nope, it doesn't. But you just left your side open for a Dark Magician to finish this off. Alright, Arcana's moving on. I don't think he can use any of Yagami's cards, but there's that. Good job, Arcana. I'm actually very surprised. Next up is Imori versus Midori. Imori and Midori. Tuesday I'm gonna have the next tournament. It's gonna be the south side of Battle City, I guess. Sector 3. I already have the roster kind of set up a little bit too. I haven't actually put on the bracket yet, but I think I have all the characters and like little short videos I could do at the beginning of every of these episodes. Introduction to them. If you guys are interested, I could post it at the end. Alright. Desire destroys the element dragon. Desire's effects, send that away. So I raise that for Eden area. The card face down. Boulder's effects, remove 2 dragons. It's right back on the field. Another card face down. Dungeons. Since Asmodeus. So we can get Desire. Use that trap card to destroy it. Alright, in phase. The Dragon Ruler goes back to the hand. Bowler summons itself again. As reborn to get to little 1. Little 1 destroys that. And Boulder just keeps himself protected. This is 500. And Dungeons and Effects. Singing Superbia. Redux Effects, gets back to the hand. Mori's gonna play Pot of Rage, draw 2 cards. Uses effect, send those 2 Earth things away. Play Regeki. Superbia attacks for 29. Another card face down. And Midori doesn't have anything. Superbia attacks for 29. I mean, he could have sacrificed those 2 for his monster, but especially still in Dark Lord. Blue box effects, sends one of those cards away. Pebbles on field again. Pebbles destroys. And Superbia finishes off. Imori is moving on. Alright. Top 8. These 8 people are going to be moving on to the next tournament. The finals. But let's see who's number 1 right in this section though. Yugioh versus Weevil. And Weevil's there we are. There we go, Weevil. Coyote's on the field. Forest activates. He's gonna activate second Forest. Get his Katamari, get his armor on already. Destroying the ice edge. Raigeki activates. Let's get rid of that. North's on the field, attacks for 800. North gets a little power boost from the forest. Flame Monster Reborn, get the ice edge as well. Alright. Big insects on the field, destroying the ice. I believe Norps can attack like ones directly. Is that one or Ice Edge can? One of them can. Stratos gets the heat. Yep, Norps just a little bit stronger. Stratos attacks. We might actually see someone summon whatever Norps' evolution is called. He's on the field. Norps attacks for 1000. Little power boost. Stratos destroys. Goki Pull adds a big insect. And get summon that, destroying the flame. Alright, Wheel's playing 2 cards face down. Alright, everything's an insect. Might not be good when there's a forest going on, but alright. The buggy elemental heroes are doing well. And Weevil's bricked, so it's Koyo's gonna win this. I assumed he would anyway, but still. Buggy Norps on the field attacking, and Flame does too. And Koyo is the winner. Alright, next up is Shepherd versus Yugi. Pretty rare duel, I would assume it was going to be. Alright, Shepherd's there. Where's Yugi? There's little Yugi. Alright, he has a tray and a card face down. Togemission sacrifice for Dark Red Enchanter. Raigeki, let's clear the field. This seems to be Yugi's favorite monster right now. I card this down. Level conversion. Too bad it gets destroyed, but that kind of is very helpful once we're reborn it. Chain Destruction. Let's get rid of the other ogres. Yugi's smart to use it on that thing, but kind of mess up Shepherd's whole plan. Alright, Yugi drew a Grandora. He's also getting a yellow gadget, because the red gadget is effect. Red gadget destroys the Esper. Alright. Playing defensive now. He's gonna attack. He's probably gonna set the yellow gadget then. No, he's just gonna summon it. No, he's a green one. Card face down. So he's Grandora and a green gadget, plus that trap card that just got summoned. Red guy destroyed. Another card face down. Monster Reborn. Give it Cyber Ogre. Ogre's gonna destroy the Esper. Yellow guy just gonna lose some life points because of the Esper. Green gets red. Alright. Trevor draws. Okay, the break in his hand at the moment. But you can turn that into another Cyber Ogre. Cyber Ogre destroys another Esper. And Yugi keeps putting more defenses there. Cyber Ogre destroys the yellow gadget. Card face down. Now will Yugi take the bait? Using Grandor, he's going to pay out silver points to get rid of everything. So attack for 1200. Card face down, Grandor's effects. Sends itself to the graveyard. He knew when to strike, but he left himself very open right now. Once Reincarnation, get rid of Tomato for Dre. Summon Dre attack for 18. Alright. Looks like it's in Shepherd's Court right now. Soul Taker sends Dre away. Increase your life points to 1,000. Alright, Shepherd. He's gonna play card face down. Alright, Yugi, what are you doing now? You're also setting a card. Mystical Space gets rid of the trap card. It wouldn't be a good idea to activate it anyway, so good thing it was destroyed. Yugi? Wrong position. Cyber Fiend's scared to attack anyway. There's Jerry, Dog cards to score 2. Cyber is that for 7 skull. Shepherd's gonna pay half his life points. And he's too afraid to attack unless you know what it is. Or assumes he knows what it is. I think Shepherd is cheating somehow. He says no. Dark Bolus. Hit another Marshmallow. Luckily Shepherd didn't attack. But Yugi just left himself open though. 18 to the face. Alright, Shepherd's moving on. He is a school counselor, or the chancellor. So he should be doing decently. Next up is Naomi versus Blair. Naomi and Blair. Where's Naomi? Alright. Raikou destroys, but loses a lot of cards. There's that. Get a monk for Jane right there. Luna gets a Lina. So 1100, 1800, 1900. A lot of life points. Destroy the punishment. Discard 2. Discard 3. Wolf's on the field 2. Discard 3 again. Hitting one of the Judgment Dragons. Alright. Now we play Spot Agreed, draw some cards. Whenever it's on the field, attacks. Card face down. There's some hitter. Chain attacks. And Wolf destroys. I don't know why she didn't play Solemn Judgment on that card. I think that would have been a decent move, but I guess not. Alright, Blair's moving on. Next it was Arcana versus Imori. We have Arcana. And Imori, where are we? There we are. Alright, Arcana versus Imori. Just space fading that card. Hang out his life points for Dark Magician. Magician attacks for 1,000. Another card face down. And Imori's Dragon goes back to the hands. He's gonna sacrifice 2 monsters to get his folder back on the field and the card face down. Mouse stalls in the field. Mouse star attacks. Breakers on the field as well. He just has to wait a few turns until Imori runs out of cards. Folder's effects. Send 2 away. Special summon him. No Legion on the field. Bounce back. Use effects. Remove those 2 away. 2 back on the field. End turn. Summon Breaker. Use the Breaker effect. Get rid of that card. And end turn. That bounces back to the hands. And is Imori run out of those? He is. Legion's effect, sacrifice that for Dark Red. Legion's effect. Edit their Dark Magician. Storm Dragon's effect, special summon that. Sacrifice 2, Dark Magician. And it goes back to the hands. But now we can do the Storm Dragon again. Back on the field. Another card face down. Imori is gonna lose, but it looks like he's trying to keep himself alive. Sacrifice 2 more for another Dark Magician. Card face down. Goes back to the hand. He's going out with Glory, so Heavy Storm. Send those, get back on the field. Card face down. Connor's gonna play Pot of Greed, draw 2 cards. Some Mystic Tomato. In turn, that goes back to the hand. Alright. The card is playing Heavy Storm. Just in case. 14, 25. And he's not even gonna do the cool animation. Alright, Arcana is kicking butt right now. Alright, top 4. We have Yugioh versus Shepard. There's Yugioh and Shepard. Play spot agreed, go 3 cards. Mass change. Summon Koga. Koga attacks the tomato. Tomato's effect. Adds another tomato. Koga's effect. Removes that from play to weaken that monster for a turn, but doesn't really help if you already attacked. Set 2 cards, and there we go. Yugioh, what are we doing? Summon Stratos. Hit the heat. Stratos destroys tomato. Tomato's effect. Let's add another tomato. 21 to the face. Now tomato says potato time. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Kyle. Another card face down. Reincarnation, getting rid of that, get a tomato right back to the hand. Same potato in the vents. Alright, the heat's right back on the field. Potato's destroyed. Cyber Dragon destroyed. The other potato is destroyed. No more potatoes. Or I think there's one more potato in the deck somewhere. Autograde activates, Raigeki. Those 3 are destroyed. Heavy Storm, let's get rid of the Dark Hole. Now he's gonna Monster Reborn the Stratos. I get his tomato on the field, attack for 14 and 18. Alright, life points are pretty close to each other now too. Yugioh's turn. He's gonna summon another Stratos. Get the Poison Rose this time. Weird choice to grab, but there he got his last potato. Potato sacrifice for the Ogre. Ogre attacks for 100. And Stratos for 18. Looks like Shepard might be winning this one, but Yugioh found his way out. Summon the Woodsman. Mass change. Get Diane. Diane destroys the Ogre. Diane summons Voltic as well. Stratos destroys Voltic. And sets another monster. Voltic's on the field again. Diane destroys. Diane's effect. Special summon Ocean. Ocean's gonna attack. Ocean's not strong enough though. Alright, Shepard, what are we doing? You're gonna summon Esper to attack. In attack mode. Attacks your Ogre. I think you should have summoned Ogre first and then attacks, but Ocean returns that to the spell zone, Exozone. Diane attacks, Diane's effects. Another Ocean, and Heat will attack for 22. Shepard almost got Koyo, but Koyo is moving on. Oh. Koya's there. Next we have Blair versus Arcana. I'm surprised Arcana's going this far, but I'm sure Blair will be able to stop him. Blair Arcana on field, Grace of Charity, draw 3 cards, discard 2. He'll get his Breaker. Breaker's gonna attack the Ryko. Ryko sends those 3 away. And a card face down. Realm of Light unfilled. Summoner sends that away. Venus Chain is going to stop its effect from activating. And its effect is negated still, so no discarding this time. We're sending cards away. He's going to get the Mystic Tomato attacking. Alright. Giants on the field, getting a little power up. And attack for 14. Tomato's effect, get another tomato. And it's going to discard 2. Alright, Arcana's putting 3 cards face down. Gonna try attacking, but Mirror Force says nope, get out of here. And Blair just says, let's restart this. No more we don't need no tokens on Destiny then. Agents on the field, sacrifice it for Enchanter. Agent's effect will add a Dark Magician. Game type for 13, 14, and 23. Card face down. Alright, Blair, what are we doing? Do you have enough? You do. Judgment Dragon's on the field. Pay 1,000. Agent's gonna add another Dark Magician. 3k to the face. Judgment is gonna discard 4. Sending the other Judgment. Alright, Arcana, what are you gonna do now? We're not gonna do anything. Blair summons 16, and Blair is moving to the finals. Alright, it's gonna be Yugioh versus Blair for the finals, but let's get Shepherd and Arcana on the field. Shepherd Arcana. Arcana's already there, so let's add Shepherd. Alright, Miss Tomato on the field, 2 cards face down. Now Saul's on the field, destroying the tomato. Tomato's gonna special summon another tomato. Shepherd's gonna take Grace of Charity, draw 3 cards, discard 2. Level Conversion. Play Monster Reborn, getting Cyber Esper. Cyber's Mystic Tomato for Ogre. Try attacking, but Mirror Force activates and destroying Ogre. And Heavy Storm. I don't know why you'd use Heavy Storm on yourself. They're great enchanters on the field. Just turn to Esper. Alright. 2 puts card face down. Malistol was on the field. 39 paying half life points to get rid of it. Dark Red attack for 23. Alright, Shepherd. Lucky you pulled that, but you're still in danger right now. Arcana still has a Malistol that has 1600 attack points. Mixed Tomatoes not that, but now you only have 2 on Shepherd. What are you doing now? Alright. Guess that's them on like a trap card. Celebrate Shadows on the field. It's gonna sacrifice it, so Tomatoes push a Legionnaire, and Tomatoes gonna win. Alright. Arcana is 3rd place magically. Did not expect him to even be top at all, but I'm proud of him. Merrick's gonna be very proud of him as well. And we're gonna have Kelio. Where are we? Alright. Where is Koyo? Koyo needs to hit hard and fast. Otherwise, Blair will most likely catch up and do it. Alright, Blair's gonna start with some defenses. 2 cards face down. Koyo's gonna start with, I'm assuming, the fire one? No, the earth one, Gaia. Gaia's effect. Destroys Reiko. Cards face down. Gabriel attacks. Alright, guess the Charity, draw 3 cards. Comes the Ocean. Ocean's gonna get summon Vapor. Card this down. I thought you were gonna summon Acid. And as everyone remembers, final round's always a match, so best of 3. Both are good, pretty good decks, so we'll see who will make it to the end. Koyo's Monster Reborn. Getting that dragon, which grants for 800. Vapor attacks for 24. Now Granador, for whatever that dragon's called, discards 3. Moving out its effects. Send Wolf to get Jane. I'm gonna try attacking, but Mirror Forces nope. So we choose my Dark Hole instead. Vapor can't be destroyed by a Dark Hole. So Flash on the field, attack for 1100, attack for 24. Alright, Koyo seems to be winning this one, but Monster Reborn. She's getting her Angel. Defenses, sacrifice it for another angel, angel's effect. Send 4 away, destroy those 2. Koyo's playing Heavy Storm, getting rid of whatever that card is. And attacking for 100. Alright, Blair's at 650. Realm of Light's not gonna really do much, so game 1's gonna go to Koyo. Alright. And if you guys give me a minute after this tournament, I will probably just show what's going to be in Tuesday's tournament. Weirdly, it's a lot of industrial illusion people. Two cards for stand. We would activate some monsters. Alright, Koyo. Ice Edge on the field. Mass Change. Get Vapor on the field. Vapor destroys. And a card face down. Nice Warren. Discard 1. Draw 2 cards. Then 2 away. Get your judgments. Koyo's gonna pay off life points because he's not gonna deal with judgment. Light Spiral. Realm of Light. Koyo's gonna attack for, Pot of Greed for 2. Gonna try attacking. Luminous Light. Sends Wolf back in the field. Vapor's gonna stop the battle though. Baby's effects, burn for 200. Judgment number 2 on the field. Judgment destroys Vapor. Discard 4. Alright, he's taking the heat using Dark Hole. And Full Tick attacks for 1000. Alright, Blair, what are we doing now? Raigeki. That's never a good sign. That probably means you don't have anything you can summon. Second Realm of Lights. Lady Eats on the field. Attack for 13. Her effects, burns for 200. Blair's breaks at the moment. Strategy on the field. Destroys that. 13 and 18. Alright, Blair, you're at 1900. You need to. Blair, you're at 1500. You're gonna do anything, do it now. That card could be good, but probably it's not going to be worth anything. Alright, Koyo does 2-0. Unfortunately. And for the Battle City North Sector, Koyo was the champion. Give me a second, I will...
Welcome back to part 2 of Battle City. This time we are checking out Sector 2, or the Northern Quadrant. Let's see who we can find competing in this location. Anakeus, normally called the Admiral. He works for Duel Academy delivering food and other goods. For this tournament, he is considered a staff member. We are halfway through the preliminaries of Battle City. Today we are going to head south and see if Sector 3 will show us some great duelists. Elaine wants to be the queen of the dueling jungle. Her tigers are ready to pounce on any of her prey. Alexis received an invitation to the Duel Academy in America. She is attempting to go to the GX Duel Academy with her best friends Mindy and Jasmine. Anu and most of Kaiba Corporation has received a week off for the tournament. She is glad to see her cousins again. Tem upgraded his deck to attempt to win Battle City. He uses more darkness than he normally does and is worried he might have to do some shadow duels. Bakura heard there was another Penguin user competing and hopes he doesn't have to duel them. He's excited to see Pegasus, the creator of the game. Chrome had to cancel his trip to Antarctica, ceremony after he was found out that he was involved in the hostile plague war. Dupree was summoned by his father to hold on to something and keep it secret, including to his brothers. Dox felt terrible after he lost to a child with his elephant deck. He's dueling hoping his boss will get his fill and they can all head home. Duke was tasked to help sell booster packs by his father. He decided to hand them out to anyone who challenged him. Yugioh was disappointed Pegasus was going to give him one of the Egyptian god cards. But with Soul's sudden death, Pegasus changed his plans. Goro, the deep sea kraken, is expecting a quick victory. His father disapproves that he will be away from the shop so long, but accepts his drive to duel. Jackie and her jackals have been on the hunt, acting as pack and debating all the rare hunters they see. Jean-Claude Magden, the movie star, met a girl and he was interested and fell in love. He decided that she will be his wife. He just has to find and tell her. Joey made a deal with Niji, allowing Joey to receive some money for his sister's eye operation. His life is not all perfect though, someone stole his red eyes. Johnny Steps is a professional dancer who is dueling just to have fun. He hopes to battle Taya and Elaine, two other duelists who love the art of dancing. Koji the Spider-Rats met and decided to join the Rare Hunters. He was assigned to look and steal certain cards. Fujirata of the Jackals is working with Jackie to stop any Rare Hunter they meet. He is looking for the one person who stole Mio's card. Kumazu is upset that he did not get first place in Duel's Kingdom. He is forcing his son to duel today and expecting them to be first and second. Tyler is after someone who stole Mio's Mormel. He is hunting the Rare Hunters with Jackie and the other Jackals. Miko has been enjoying his time at the Aquatic Center. He is using it as his duel field. The staff has asked him to leave a few times because he is scaring the guests. Panic, the Eliminator. He loves to drive fear in his opponents. He loves causing them to start to panic. Para lost Weevil and his insects. He almost left back home but decided to stay to duel with his brother. Pegasus created many godly cards, but Soul's death has caused him to give some of them to the Duel's Kingdom participants. Others were sent to the two duel academies. Ryuji was visited by Gorzaburo recently, and while he was surprised, he seemed happy. Maybe he still has his luck. Sartorius uses tarot cards to read the future. He seems to be gathering people to join the light to help stop the darkness from appearing. Seeker has been in the city for a little over a month now. The people accuse him of cheating and stealing cards. He seems to be looking for strong opponents. Sarah, like her brother, is on a mission, finding out why all the Millennium users have all found their way here, and to stop any problems that Shadi needs fixed. Sid heard from Psychor that Bones is trying to enter Duel Academy. We'll miss his zombie brother, but we'll do his best to get him in. Titan wanted to go to Duel's Kingdom, but his family issues prevented it. He's ready to call checkmate with his archfiends. Tomoya's father works overseas and asked him to come visit and watch the world premiere of Sombra and the Reverend Slayer. Trishan starts hanging out with Serenity, showing her all the sights after her eye surgery. Neo is upset that she is not getting her normal attention. Deku was going to sneak off with a wicked god, while his father said he already gave them away. He is going to try to steal them from whoever has them.
Alright, like I said, that was going to be for Tuesday's tournament. Alright, see you guys next time in Battle City, the South Sector, Sector 3. Pet your pets and have fun.